And we'll get a look here at rookie Kenneth Walker. He really helped drive them a week ago with a
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out in his second season now out of Stanford. Here's Davis Mills.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A first down throw for Mills. And incomplete on the deep ball. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of two on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. This, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. McCaffrey running up the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Nakobe Dean brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 61 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Mills to throw it. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And oh, it's blocked. The big fella. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So after all that, it's just your everyday 6-2 ball game.
And let's think about how important that can turn out to be, because remember, it's not just a 2-point swing. It's a 3-point swing. I'm just wondering, you think they can load the bases and hit a home run and tie it up?
Well, I was going to ask you, I can't remember the last time that I've seen a 6-2 score in football.
Me either. I've been racking my brain on that one. 6-2? Not often.
They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. He'll get it inside the 20. A big play there for Philly. 52 yards. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Mills on 1st down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Aaron Donald with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Mills throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Down to about the 32. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Mills. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Carlson on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, We should have done better there.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Trey Lance in the offense heading back out. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. He'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. The Eagles at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels.
Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Deebo Samuel. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd down and 4, Lance. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st down, Lance. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 82 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. 1st down, Mills. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 2nd and 10, Mills. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Mills. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
First down, Minnesota.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Mills. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. This one is Slayton over the middle. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception? Touchdown, Vikings! Deebo Samuel on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Eagles 2.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Set to kick off.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And that is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Lance looking to throw it. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Again, it's Lance. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's good for an Eagles.
Throwing now is Lance. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what did.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them, 11 yards and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Vikings.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 2nd and 12, Mills. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Mills. And this is going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Off play action. Strong. And incomplete. He dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Strong. He's got his tight end fan. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Strong. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there's just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That's good for an Eagles.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
First down, Minnesota.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At their 40.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mills. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. This is McCaffrey on the give. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Seen on the tackle. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal. At the 2.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's going to let it fly. Past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance